Welcome to Reno Rumble, where each week 2 teams renovate an entire house for 2 worthy families. Our teams are made up of the Eastern Blues, Scott and Nadia, Sarah and Renee, and John and Lisa. They're battling the Western Reds, Hayley and Jim, Holly and Steve, and Leanne and Dane for the grand prize of $100,000. For the Western Reds this week, Dane and Leanne are the team captains, so it's been the reign of Dane.
It was rules for him and a rule for the rest of us.
We felt that we were the best people for that job.
Dictatorship.
No one's going to run off with any car keys without going through me.
This can't be happening.
You're not being fair.
And for the Eastern Blues, well, when the sky started falling, lines of communication failed.
I said, where's the plans for this front entrance?
Have you shown them the quote, Scott?
Oh, we're a little bit out of the loop.
They're in it to win it.
I can't do it anymore.
That choked our chickens pretty severely.
Tonight, for the Reds
You've got a big problem.
and Blues, it's the last push through. 10 minutes!
This is a nightmare.
You're right, baby.
And then it's time to present our worthy owners with their new homes.
Wow, look at that.
Yes! And hopefully impress our world-renowned judges, Colin and Justin.
We were terrified.
What did you think of that, boys?
It was amazing.
The bathroom was gorgeous.
It was half good, wasn't it? So I'm going to give you 5.
Oh, come on, guys. We can't take that.
Week 1 has been a bumpy ride for our rookie renovators, and tomorrow morning they face judging for the first time. But right now, well, they're knackered.
I went to bed at 5 and we're getting up at 7. I didn't want to talk to you today, though. I left you a note saying, please don't talk to me.
This is like definitely renovating on steroids. It is a lot of pressure, but you know, it's all obviously for the right reasons and you just got to get it done.
I think during the week the homeowner's backstory played a significant role. I think a lot of the players in the Blue House were keeping that at the forefront.
And that's what this struggle is really about. The owners of the 2 homes. Sarah, who has spent 7 years fighting cancer, and her best friend, Maddie, who raised the money for specialist treatment that saved Sarah's life.
I'm so excited for the homeowners to see this house because they've literally been through hell. We're giving them a fresh start. Like, they're going to come home and be seriously blown away.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
But you still have to get up.
I guess if the others aren't up within the next 10 minutes, I'll be banging on their door to get them up because it's the last day and we've got lots to do.
The sun's out, the birds are chirping, and we're about to head off for another day in paradise.
Another day in paradise.
At the Red Team house, owned by cancer survivor Sarah, the Franklin boys have the front under control. But it's the inside head builder Aiden is concerned about.
Start getting a list down and organising who's doing what. You know, I think you probably really need to set Dane some hard tasks. I think he gets a bit lost.
Yes.
Yeah. And really get things sorted out, yeah?
You know, Dane's a big boy, as you can see, and he does need to be fed, and when he runs out of fuel, he sort of gets a little bit spaced out.
South Australian mother and son Leanne and Dane have the guest bedroom, and Dane is on paint duty. Straight away, there's a spill.
Oh, boy, that was silly.
Unfortunately, his cleaning abilities are not world's best practice.
OK, so we've got holes everywhere here. I thought you filled them last night.
I did.
The holes have to be filled, and they haven't been filled, so we can't paint it until they get filled.
Oh, yeah.
Dane's a big, strong guy. You'd think he would be doing a little bit more. I felt bad for him because he'd hurt his hand.
Even though Dane had hurt his hand, there was still plenty of other stuff that he could have done.
Oh, it's getting too difficult.
Instead, he wandered around. I didn't really see Dane do much at all.
Oh, no. Hoping I can get it out. I think it's coming out.
Outside, the day is getting hotter and busier. The front yard is looking good and deliveries are pouring in. Inside, Jim's adding the final touches to the master bedroom. But he is keeping an eye on his neighbours.
So I just walked past Dane and Leanne's room and got a glimpse of their chandelier, would you call it? So I think they've got the brief mixed up from traditional to Gothic.
Bits and pieces go up, and you might have bought them, you know, 3 or 4 days ago, and you look at it and you think, oh my goodness, what did I buy that for?
I think Dane and Leanne had the worst room mainly because of the Dracula-style pendant. Waiting to see if their occasional chair is a big wooden piece.
It'll be like Game of Thrones, like
Game of Thrones, yeah.
Oh, what is that?
Are they candles? I don't know. Surely you don't like those.
That is the most hideous thing I've ever seen.
At the moment, we've got Mum out the front painting the fence. We're just finishing off the front fence there. It's close to 40 degrees outside, I reckon, today, so it's quite warm, which is a good thing and a bad thing. I guess the bad thing is Mum's outside standing in the sun painting, but the good thing is that the paint dries quickly. And Jimmy and Steve are continuing on with caulking and with sanding and prepping the window frames.
Here, I have an ice block. How did you end up getting the job of painting outside in 38 degrees?
It's about teamwork.
It's about teamwork and about being the captain and leading from example.
That's right. That's right.
How you feel the house is going inside? Seems everyone's pretty relaxed.
Well,
there's still plaster work to do in there.
I know.
In the bathroom.
And the kitchen hasn't even been started. The tiling hasn't been started in the kitchen.
Right, OK. Long night tonight.
Again.
Out back, Steve's study table is ready, and it's a beautiful piece of carpentry.
This looks amazing, man.
It's awesome, isn't it?
So good.
But inside, Ado has discovered what's known in the trade as a big problem.
We've got a big problem. I just measured the desk. We thought the long length was going down that way, but obviously it's not. It's going this way. The desk's 2300 and you've got 2270 tight.
When we originally were looking at these cupboards, it was going to be 4 systems, 8 doors, meaning the doors are shorter in depth. We ended up with 3 systems, wider doors. Now the door swings out and hits the office desk that Jace has built for us. What's our options?
I have to cut the damn thing down.
Oh, and did I mention 5 minutes till power tool's down?
So I better run.
5 minutes. Everything is within 5 minutes.
Ah, this was the call.
A few streets away, the blue team are working on Maddie and Dave's house. There's heaps to do inside, but most of the team are out the front finishing the facade. The New South Wales carpenter and this week's team captain, John, isn't happy.
Well, we definitely don't have the time to be painting the outside of the house.
As well as the common areas, he's still got heaps of work to do in the guest bedroom and the living room out back.
We had the choice to get a professional painter in to do all the facade, but some of the blue team didn't want to pay, and those people aren't actually out the front doing it, so we are.
I didn't spend a lot of time in everyone else's area, and I don't feel guilty about that. I needed to paint my roof, we needed to paint skirts and arcs, we needed to paint the bathroom. We had enough to do in ours to make up for where I wasn't during the week.
I don't trust Scott and Nadia at all. You know, at the start, we were all getting along fine, but there were a few things, you know, throughout the week that sort of caught our attention, and yeah, we started to lose trust.
But despite their personal differences, it's been a pretty good day for the blue team. Victorians Scott and Nadia are doing the master bedroom. Scott's got just the thing to wow the judges.
What do we got?
Happy. The magic.
You finally got your magic.
Hey! Well done, boys.
I'm sexy and I know it.
It's been a really big team effort. We're really impressed by how everyone's come together and played their part.
We all pulled in, helped each other out. I think once we finished in here, we're going to go and help Nadia and Scott.
Scott and Nadia also have the bathroom to do, and it's going well.
Everything's fitted up except the toilet and the bath. The bath's coming in now. Hopefully it fits.
Well, it fits in the room, but Scott doesn't want any scratches on his bath or walls.
It fits!
Our Mount Isa girls have the kitchen and dining well under control. The fridge and dining table have arrived. Teshy's Sparkies are happy.
Looks amazing.
And the Velux skylight is in.
All we need is this little remote.
This little remote, then the lights will start coming down just like that. We've got the rain sensor, so they'll close when it rains. If you want to wake up at 6 a.m, it'll go up at 6 a.m.
Things are going so well for the Blues that I thought I'd drop in and put the icing on the cake. Beautiful. Look at this. Well, hello. I just walked down the hallway. I love the doors. I love the brickwork. I looked in the bedrooms, the cornices.
Yeah, they look great.
And look at this. You know, yesterday you guys were well behind the red team. And I've just come from there. And you are now well ahead of the red team.
What's happened? What's happened for them to not be up where we are?
You guys just work together better as a team, I think.
on.
Well done, guys. Absolutely outstanding comeback. Great job.
OK, let's get into it.
Let's get paid.
Coming up. And then stand side by side. Open your eyes. Oh. Two very deserving couples receive a life-changing surprise.
It's just the most perfect kind of fairy tale ending to the whole story, I think.
Early morning on reveal day, and the Reno Rumble blue team have spent most of the night painting, and they've smashed it.
So the girls are cleaning the floor at the moment. John's helping them because he's still got to bring all his furniture in.
What's your step?
There's about 2.5 hours to go. Feeling very tired. Oh, those prints have to go up.
Yeah, I know. Let's get this in position first.
So in here, we've got to get this bed together, style the room, build that lamp. Don't get me wrong, the bedroom was going to be great, but it's not looking that way at the moment.
Yep, they're tired, and tired means touchy.
We'll put them too.
Can I test it?
Yes, you can test it. You're dirty, get off it, you're dirty. Seriously, get off it. John?
You are filthy.
He
Get off
pisses
the
me
lounge.
Off it.
Oh, jeez, John,
He'll sit anywhere. He'll sit anywhere he lands. He'll sit.
See what a problem is, man?
No, it's just common sense, John.
With less than an hour to go, Shelley has arrived at the Blues to check on progress.
Morning, ladies. Hello, Blue. Ooh, this is fantastic. Except, yeah, a little bit of tidying up to do.
Still a little bit scary, though, leading to the end, because it just didn't look like we were going to make it.
Yeah, we'll cut in the fine.
Out to go, guys. Let's get these last finishing touches on. Come on.
Over at Team Red, it's a similar situation. Tired and nervous. Like everyone else, Steve and Holly have 2 rooms to deliver, study and a bathroom.
You know, we are worried about getting this room done and our bathroom done.
Under the pump.
Well, at the moment, I'm sitting in a room that's 100 degrees. We've got the heater going. I've got gyprock that's still drying. We've got to sand it back. We've got to undercoat it. We've got to paint the ceiling. I've got Tony, the shower screen guy. The bath is still yet to go in.
But Steve and Holly are getting no sympathy from their team captains, Dane and Leanne.
Steve and Holly's bathroom was behind by a mile. They had so much to do.
Steve and Holly are going to be in a bit of trouble. Well, it was kind of their own fault.
About half an hour out, Steve still hadn't painted the ceiling in his bathroom. I would say that Steve and Holly did let the red team down a little bit. It's a big learning curve for them after the first week.
With less than half an hour to go, it's time for me to see if the Reds needed a hand.
Yes!
I'm excited.
And the answer is yes.
Oh my God! This is a nightmare.
We shouldn't have been helping everyone else out earlier. Keep pushing. You'll get it.
I am.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've got 10 minutes.
How'd it go?
You're right, baby. Keep going, Holly. You're all right. Keep going. Keep going.
We just need another hour.
We were struggling, especially in their bathroom. And then Scotty just got out a chisel, started scraping the floors.
When I saw Scotty on his hands and knees, literally shuffling down our corridor, screaming pain, I thought, we're in trouble.
Hey, Blue, there's 10 minutes to go, and you're almost done.
The boys are nailing the stop beads in, and Holly's painted them at the same time.
Yeah. Just
leaving the tower up, please.
One painting, one doing the lights, trying to clean the floor, clean the bath, clean the sink.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Okay, we've got 10 seconds to go, troops. 10.
9.
8. Clean that floor. 7.
6.
Sweet, done.
5.
4.
3. 2.
1.
Come here, mate.
Well done, guys. You did a fantastic job. Holly, are you all right?
Yeah.
You're so exhausted. You're emotional.
Yeah. I'm gonna cry too.
I knew I'd cry today.
Yeah.
I seriously did.
All of our teammates just helping out at the end, like.
And in about half an hour, they're coming home. And you guys are going to show them through your rooms.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
So, are you ready for that? Yes. Yes?
Team Red!
Let's get out the front and get ready to meet them. Well done. Good work, captains.
Reno Rumble's first week is almost over, and it's judgment time for the red team from the west versus the blues from the east. Evening.
Good evening. I think we're nervous that one of our teammates could be going. We don't feel it's us. It's just going to be the most nervous part of this whole week. This is what we're waiting for, is to hear if we're here for another week or not. We don't want to be the first team to go home.
That, and I'd like to hear what the judges, whoever they are, like what they had to say about what we've done. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, east and west, what a week we've just had. And here we are at our very first weekly winner announcement. And obviously there is a lot at stake, especially for our house captains, Leanne and Dane from the red team, and Lisa and John from the blue team. Whoever wins out of you two guys tonight will also get immunity next week. So a lot at stake. Now, because it's Judgment Day, I suppose it's time for you to meet your judges. Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes. Yeah.
These are two of the best known and most talented interior designers in the world today. Problem is, you're probably not going to be able to understand them because they've come all the way from Scotland and they've brought their accents with them. Please make welcome Colin and Justin.
Hello, guys.
Hello. Hey, people.
It was actually so exciting to have Colin and Justin. They are hilarious, and I'm so stoked they're our judges.
They weren't going to miss anything, and I think that just instantly made us nervous.
Scotty. Never a pleasure, always a pain, sir. Always a pleasure, never a pain.
Our award-winning judges are international interior designers Colin and Justin, who've renovated over 1,000 rooms in hundreds of homes across Canada, Europe and Australia. They've written 3 top design books and hosted over 30 TV shows around the world. How are you, boys? You enjoying Australia?
Listen, what's not to like?
Well, more to the point, did you like the houses?
Oh, do you know what, guys? Listen, thank you so much, because we want you to make our jobs the most difficult jobs in Australia. Honestly, bring it every single week, because we've had a ball so far. Thank you.
We're going to be really honest from start to finish. Some days you're going to love us, some days perhaps you're going to hate us, but we're looking for 3 things at all times. First of all, we want to see you satisfy the client brief. Secondly, we want to see you as design brave. We want to see you push a couple of boundaries and really make an effort. And thirdly, and this is so important for us because we're complete detail freaks, we want to see standard of finish at every turn. Some of those aspects will mark you up and some will mark you down, but hopefully all up.
When Colin and Justin started harping on about their attention to detail and how it's like one of the biggest things for them, I could just feel everyone on the team go, like, this is not good.
We're on your side and we're going to appraise you in a really honest way.
Yeah, and we're here not to criticise, but to critique you, and there's a big difference.
OK, well done, boys. We're going to start off with the blue house today. The team from the east. Uh-oh, yes.
Bring it on.
And we might start off with something you all worked on together, the front yard.
The original homeowner's brief was loves black, loves white, loves the heritage ceilings, and happy to go industrial the rest of the house.
But before the judges get inside, it's time for homeowners Maddie and David to take a look at their new home. Maddie raised the funds for her best friend Sarah's ultimately successful cancer treatment. Today, it's time for a huge thank you from all of us.
How are the nerves? Oh my God.
Oh, all over the place. There was butterflies, there was excitement, there's sort of this apprehension as well. It was like, oh God, we're finally getting in there.
Yeah. And it was so good to see the team again.
You could see the excitement in their eyes as they were looking at it, you know, the excitement in our eyes.
Everybody's put in just a giant effort, and it's all worth it when you see the reaction.
Yeah, they didn't know what was to come and all the amazing things that were inside for them, and I think that's what got us more excited.
Oh, wow. Look at this. What did you do with the wall? They really nailed the brief. We asked for light, they gave us light. We asked for white, they gave us white. And they just added all their own little touches to it as well.
Showing the homeowners around was amazing. They were so happy with the house, with the whole house.
Oh, my God. Oh, God. Oh, wow. The master bedroom. It was fabulous.
New storage, it's light, absolutely a dream come true for us. We can now relax, not taking on another mortgage to do this while I'm not working, and we are potentially having a baby and...
Oh, yes! This is it. Yes, yes, yes. Look at this. And the light. That's fantastic.
So light in here. We just absolutely couldn't wait to see the back.
Give him a hug. Go on, here you go.
It's totally perfect. It's exactly what we wanted.
Oh, it's more than what we wanted.
The biggest reward of working on Sarah's fundraiser is obviously that she is in remission, and now she gets to have this amazing new start after doing 5 years of treatment. Now this has happened. It's just the most perfect kind of fairy tale ending to the whole story, I think.
It was a proud moment to find that we had filled the brief once we've spoken to the homeowners and they'd had a look at our areas. Then you're like, oh, thank goodness we've done it.
Well, ta-da!
You know what? It's just such a pretty house, isn't it? And it's nice that it's not overdone.
I mean, we always say you only get one chance to make a first impression, and I think they've made a really good go at making a statement before any of us have even walked inside.
Well, this was the whole team working together on this one. I mean, they made a really concerted effort to stick to the client brief by we love heritage up the front, go as contemporary as you like down the back, but please keep this.
And if that was the brief, you know, to celebrate the heritage of this house, then they've definitely ticked a box.
Oh, you see, I absolutely love this. The atmosphere has completely changed how it was before. Whenever we can expose brickwork, we'll do as they've done, take the plasterboard away and give the home an immediate connection to the past.
You know, it's a great space. You know, it's a big narrow hallway, and actually they've done something important with it. The brick really has given them a gift from God.
The funny thing is, like, they kept commenting on the exposed brick, and that was totally my idea. Like, the exposed brick all the way through the house, and the big skirts and arcs, keeping the heritage. Everyone else wanted to rip it all out.
There was something that you could have done really, really well, and you only did it quite well. And I don't want to be mean, but I want to bring you guys to the barn doors. You guys opted to hang MDF frame doors on that modern mechanism, and the paintwork really let you down. So the barn doors were a good idea, but their execution was a little below expectation.
Have you got some scores?
Yeah, we have indeed.
We do have some scores. I give you a 6.
Yeah, the score wasn't quite as high as we thought we'd get. So, yeah, it was sort of a bit of a dampener. Probably wasn't the best start to the whole house.
Okay, well, Colin, I think on this occasion, you've been a little mean. I give you a 7.
Oh, that's enough.
So the Blues' first team score is 13 points. OK, we're going to head into the main bedroom with Scott and Nadia. Coming up, high tech that fails to impress.
It was a bit of a rickety old thing, wasn't it? You know, we pushed the button and it wobbled up like a pensioner wobbling up to the post office.
And our judges don't hold back.
Oh, come on, guys. We can't take that.
Welcome back to Reno Rumble. OK, we're going to head into the main bedroom with Scott and Nadia. For our Victorian couple, when the week started, it was all about teamwork.
I think we're all going to click so well.
Yeah.
How cool is this?
I think we'll really get on well with them.
But by day 3, it wasn't just the ceiling that was cracking.
It was the Lisa and John show the whole way.
All right, guys, so what we've done, we've got everyone together here to meet Inga this morning.
I don't feel Scott and Nadia agreed with us being team captains at all.
Yeah, I started to think that maybe they see us as a threat.
I'm very nervous about what the judges are saying in there at the moment as they're judging and going through the house.
The master. Ready?
Yeah.
Wow.
In you go.
All in all, we're just another brick in the wall. I really like that. Come on.
Well, let's take a look at what we did have here.
As plain as the plainest scone that you ever set your eyes upon.
You know, it was the master bedroom, so I think I was expecting something a bit more masterful. You know, and it is called Reno Rumble, and it was more of a Reno Mumble.
Now, that's mean, Colin.
Well, it was a little bit quiet and a little bit reserved, and actually, I think it kind of lacked a layer of luxury, if you don't mind me saying.
Yeah, the Reno Mumble comment, they were pretty much bang on. I've never done any design before. I haven't really studied the way that a room should look.
The problem I felt with that room was the fact that the floor space was small, the height was really tall, so it felt that there was a disproportion. You see, I think we've got a problem in here with horizontal versus vertical. Had that mirror gone from portrait, vertical, and become horizontal, okay, going this way, it would have really pushed the perceived length of this wall.
Why are you nodding? What, you agree?
We tried to.
You tried? Come on, guys. What do you mean you tried?
We didn't have an arc welder on site.
You didn't have a what?
An arc welder.
Oh, come on, guys. We can't take that. Anybody can reframe a mirror. You don't need a degree in ironmongery to position a couple of hooks on the back and then add a chain. So a good attempt at trying to deflect us, but Colin and Justin have done a lot of this, so we know what's going on.
We're looking for functionality. We want this house to function. We want it to have some fun as well. I've no idea what that strange little box is.
Fun and function in one.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Are you ready?
Oh, look, you've got a remote control.
If that's not fun and functional, I don't know what is.
We hope things like the Hydrolift television will get us over the line for the winning room.
Wow factor.
Wow factor, dude.
How can you make technology look so antiquated? pop-up TV unit. Let's talk. Whose idea was that?
That was mine.
Okay, so talk me through that.
I loved it.
You love it. Do you have this kind of James Bond thing going on? You're lying there on the bed, you click your fingers, the lights go down, you push a button, the TV pops up. Which sounds great in theory, but actually, in practice, it was a bit of a rickety old thing, wasn't it? You know, we pushed the button and it wobbled up like a pensioner wobbling up to the post office, and then it wobbled back down again. And it was kind of odd that it looked like a boxed-in something.
I mean, overall, it was a really lovely room, so we're just telling you like it is.
OK, boys, have you got a score for the master bedroom?
The master bedroom gets a 6 from me.
I'm going to give you guys a 7 because I think you made a good job of that room.
13 out of 20. I mean, it's more than 10 out of 20.
Moving over to the guest bedroom now, house captains Lisa and John. When it came to stepping up to the plate, our New South Wales couple weren't shy. Who's it going to be? Team captains. Done.
There we go.
Hand up.
Done. I think I am a natural leader. I am super organised. It's what I do every day. I coordinate, I plan.
John and Lisa have got a lot of enthusiasm about them. Yeah. They're very open to suggestions.
Unless we shift your island over 200 mil. I think we were pretty good team captains. I don't think there's much more we could have done to have helped the team.
But not everyone agrees.
Yeah, I think as team captains, I think they're a bit loose.
I feel a bit unsettled about the fact that we have people within our own team, not part of the red team, that we can't trust.
I think they're worried about they're staying on top and nothing else matters.
I think the judges are going to love our room, the way Lisa styled it, hoping they're going to love it. But yeah, we're really happy with them.
So, bedroom number 2. Again, it's not a big space, is it? But they've been really clever with what they've done either side of the bed to give some storage.
I really liked what you did with storage. We often say that any good project, whether it's a kitchen, a bedroom, a bathroom, wherever, should have a mixture of closed and open storage, OK? And the cabinetry either side of the bed was a really good observation of a good mix of closed and open storage. So I really liked that.
I love the symmetrical nature of the storage as well. That really added to the design and really framed up the brickwork, so well done.
Cool.
I thought the bed was really well dressed, but there was nothing on the floor. You know, and I like an extra layer of luxury, don't you, Scott?
A bit of rug, mate.
A bit of rug in the bedroom. Are you a rug man?
I'm a rug man.
Aye, I thought so. I like a bit of a rug in the bedroom myself, because you want that comfort underfoot as well, you know, so not having it just takes away a layer of luxury, you know. So I called your room the Lady Gaga room. Because I thought it was on the edge of glory.
The clients were so happy when they walked in this house. It's exactly what we wanted. It's just what we wanted. Of course, your job is to take that closer look at everything and, you know, give them some constructive
Of course,
feedback.
we'll always be really honest, Shelley, and at the end of the day, I feel almost a bit mean being critical of aspects because clearly she worked so hard for her friend's health and went out of her way to raise all that money. So this is a woman who properly deserves this gift of a makeover. I mean, I'm so excited that she's getting it. So I feel a little bit mean, but we've got to be practical because if we don't comment, then nobody can learn. And if you don't learn, you can't improve.
OK, boys, have you got a score for the guest bedroom?
The score for the guest bedroom is a 7 from me.
Oh, I'm also going to give you a 7 out of 10. Well done.
That's 14 out of 20, putting them ahead of Scott and Nadia by 1 point. Moving on to the bathroom, Scott and Nadia. Having underwhelmed the judges with their first area, the master bedroom, Scott and Nadia are hoping to make up some much-needed ground with their main bathroom, which involves some major reshuffling of the original floor plan.
Hey! So, yeah, this is what was the living area. So that was the back of the living room wall through to there. So we've pinched, what, 2.5 metres.
I love, again, back to the brick. I really like that. And I really like that really long shape of tile. That kind of almost like an extended subway tile is really sweet.
The skylights as well, you're just flooded in natural light, which is so important in the bathroom, isn't it? You know, because you're getting ready, making yourself up, having a little shave, and you want to see yourself in as pure a light as possible. There's a lot of good in here. I mean, the double vanity works for me. I love the fact that it's wall-mounted, so it actually keeps the floor space clear. Again, that makes the room feel so much larger. Having no frame on the shower, just the glass, makes it feel much more modern, much larger as well.
The thing that's a problem for me here, though, this weird modesty wall.
Everything I've ever seen in design says you can't see the toilet as you first
walk in.
walk in.
I guess perhaps these little modesty walls are to give privacy for anybody peeking in from the hall. That's weird.
So I would have thought, as Brits, you would have loved the throne. I would have thought
Oh, we
you
do
would have
love
felt
the
very
throne.
comfortable.
Oh, we do. I don't
On your throne.
whack my head. I don't know if I necessarily need all of this because it's not a huge room, and this is kind of working against the space that we have.
I really love the throne, but I wanted to put lines on it.
Is that wall there just to hide the cistern?
Yes.
Is that really the largest cistern concealer in Australia? Like, how big is this thing? Is it like you kind of flush the button and Niagara Falls comes out? What was the thought behind that?
Well, we didn't want it to just be a box to hide the cistern.
But it's a box that's about the size of this.
That could have been a shelf. Had you broken the height at approximately half of what you did, you could have put a nice big chunky shelf or a black painted shelf to pick up the detail of the faucets and all the ironmongery. So that was a missed opportunity.
OK, is that it, boys?
That's it, Scotty.
Score
Cheers.
for the bathroom?
The score for the bathroom is a 5.
Oh, Colin.
What do you mean, oh, Colin?
Well, that seems really tight.
It's half of 10.
There were certain failings, so I'm going to give you a 6 for that one.
So a total of 11 brings Scott and Nadia's maximum score to 24. And remember, that's the number their teammates have to beat.
If we get eliminated and we have to go home, it would be really devastating.
OK, let's move on to the kitchen with Sarah and Renee. Be gentle, boys. It's Renee's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Renee.
Gorgeous.
Thank
Like
you.
a young Britney Spears.
Oh, I don't know about that. But
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Welcome back to Reno Rumble. The Blues are 3 rooms down and judges Colin and Justin are not holding back.
It was bizarre. It was the tallest cistern concealer in Australia.
And after judging, Scott and Nadia's final score is 24 points. OK, let's move on to the kitchen with Sarah and Renee. Be gentle, boys. It's Renee's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. Some areas probably weren't as good as what we thought, but overall, we thought we were all right.
Our Queensland duo started the week with no illusions.
My biggest weakness, I find, is I stress over things that are just out of my control.
I did suggest to Sarah that we do swing into a chemist and buy a big box of laxatives. Stop her having the
But their biggest problem was their teammates. Well, 2 in particular.
There is no love between Sarah, I, Scott and Nadia.
And when Scott withheld plans, the girls were not happy.
Have you guys seen the design board I sent to Scott?
No.
OK.
I haven't got that through.
Oh, Scotty, you've been hiding it from us.
I'm spewing. I'm livid. Livid.
We get along okay, but they're very big personalities.
I'm asking a lot of questions and not particularly getting any responses.
And if they've got big ideas, they want those ideas to happen regardless.
Bad ideas.
Sarah and I are very confident that judges will appreciate the use of space that we've tried to put into our kitchen.
Living room diner. Big. Yeah, definitely a lovely big space.
Well, Renee, let me start off by giving you a great birthday present, OK? Because your kitchen was miraculous. Come on,
Thank
to
you.
actually achieve that level, that standard of work in such a short period of time was amazing.
It is a real achievement. It's hard not to like this. That's a lovely fridge, there's no doubt about it.
it's got sparkling mineral water.
Oh, has it?
Straight out of the door.
Oh, see, that's clever. Now I love it. See, now you got me. Now you got me. But I would love that even more were it hidden behind a panel-ready door, and it would have just made it far flusher and far more integrated.
Perhaps you could have worked within different parameters and found a fridge freezer that fitted more neatly behind there, but it's not the end of the world.
I have to ask you, Shelley, I'm not familiar with this back wall, I'll be really honest. I like to think I know everything about my craft, but I'm not familiar with that product. What is that?
Well, I'd love to say that this is an Aussie product.
Is it?
Yes.
It's a great...
Yeah,
May I have a
from
look?
CSR, of course. You may think that it's big concrete slabs,
So it's
but
not
it is
concrete.
not. No.
What is that?
Yeah, it's called bare stone,
Okay.
Justin. Yeah, and it's basically sheeting.
Okay.
Yeah, wall sheeting.
So it gives the impression of a really big industrial application.
Have we got a score, boys?
We have got a score. For me, your kitchen got a 7.
And from me, your kitchen got another 7. Yeah, well done.
Thank you. There you go, girls. Total score 14. Now, we can stay with the girls because they also did the dining area. What did you think of that, boys?
OK. With such a wonderful kitchen, you really let the side down with the dining area because that table was scaled incorrectly. It was slotted in on a strange angle. We would have changed the orientation of the entire breakfast bar and then done a drop down to create a dining area with seats either side, and you'd have got rid of the need for a dining table, so could have been better.
This is a big chunk of space, and it has this tiny little table, which is really conflicting with the island.
OK, boys, score for the dining room.
Unfortunately, I'm going to give you a 5.
I feel really bad about this, particularly now I know it's your birthday. Because your kitchen was strong, it really failed, and I'm really, really sorry. I'm Mr. Meanie. I give you a 4. I'm really sorry.
Oh.
When we got the 4, my heart sunk to the ground. I just thought, far out, Renee, I've let you down so much. And I took that really personally.
That means the girls' final score is 23 points. 1 point behind Scott and Nadia. Uh-oh. All right, finally for the blue team, house captains Lisa and John, they did the living room.
When the judges finally got to the end of the house and there was our living room, by that stage we were extremely nervous.
There's so many positive things about this space, though. I love the fact that everything's leggy, you know, so it lets the light pass through. It really does add to the sense of space. And who doesn't want a media wall?
Having that popped in there is really good. Does it also do a bit of tilting? Does it? Yeah, that's good. I love all of that. You can tilt it, you can change the angle of that slightly. Yeah, thankfully it did. Thankfully it didn't fall off and kill anybody.
It was a really lovely living room. The one thing that I thought was the biggest problem was the scale of the rug. Do you know, it felt to me like an elastoplast on the belly of a whale. The scale was all wrong. It should have been much, much bigger. It's an island that you've created. That's why they're called island rugs. But I really like that living room. I'm not going to grumble too much.
Score, boys?
It's a 7 from me.
And I'm also going to give you a 7. Well done, guys.
As the guys, you know, yelled out our score, the 7s, we knew we were in front of Scott and Nadia.
We loved that.
Yeah, that was
We
good.
loved that, come on.
I think that was good to get one up on them.
With a final total of 28 points, that means John and Lisa are at the top of the Blues leaderboard and safe. Sarah and Renee are at the bottom with 23 points. If the Blues lose, it could be back to Mount Isa, girls. Blue team total score for your house is 88.
We were pretty happy with that. You know, we're not stylists. We're just average Joe that has got a great opportunity, and, you know, we've been pretty good at renoing.
Yeah. Well done.
And you can breathe now, too. 88 points, the number to beat. All right, red team, are you ready?
Uh-oh.
When we heard blue team feedback, we were terrified. I mean, we haven't seen their house, but yeah.
They copped a rinsing.
Let's start off with the front yard, shall we? Welcome back to Reno Rumble. The Blues have been judged and have a final score of 88. Now it's the Reds' turn to face our world-renowned judges, Colin and Justin. But earlier, the owners Sarah and Gabriel had their first viewing. Sarah struggled with cancer for 7 difficult years and had no available money or energy to renovate their home.
When we were walking down the street with Scotty, I think still in my mind, I thought it was still going to be the same house.
Now, we've got a surprise right from the start, which is your contestants and your new front yard. Come in, come in.
And then the full front is revealed, and I couldn't believe it was the same house. I think it was quite nerve-wracking letting someone else have control of our home.
You don't know what they're going to do, their ideas, what they're thinking. Have you communicated what you wanted well enough?
OK, do you want to see inside?
Walking through the house was great. It was surreal because you're just like, this is not my house. Like, you knew it was when you were in there, but you're like, this just doesn't seem right. Oh, wow. Look at those lights.
I actually can't believe this is the same house. I love that wardrobe with the little cutout section and...
Welcome to your guest room.
Oh, wow. How moody and cool is this?
Yeah, it's more sophisticated than our room. And I think we're going to struggle to get our families out of that room.
Oh, my.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. You have
incredible.
Kicked this out of the park.
It's amazing.
You've literally ticked all the boxes.
How big was the tick?
Oh, OK. The tick was this big.
It was a big tick.
Where am I going?
Now you're going to just go there and then stand side by side. Open your eyes.
Oh. What?
Surprise!
That is awesome. Oh my God, look at the kitchen.
Kitchen is incredible. I love the kitchen. So big and open and...
I can't believe what they've done in a week.
Timeline.
Not a chance that they've done that in a week.
We've had these things happen in the past few years and...
We can really now push that last 7 years to the side and just go, right, we can now move on with the rest of our lives.
I think like this house is really just going to be like a starting of a new chapter in our lives.
I think Sarah and Gab were pretty blown away with what we'd done for them. So that's what all the hard work was for that reaction, which was really good to see.
And we got it, so it's just such a relief.
We're eternally grateful for your work and all the work of everyone else that's contributed to what's been done in this ridiculously short space of time.
Well, we look forward to you guys getting on with your life in your brand new house.
Thank you. And thank you, Scotty. Thank you, everyone, again.
Yeah.
And let's not forget also that your very best friend, Maddie and Dave, they're getting their house.
I can't wait to see their house. I think like this house is really going to be a starting of a new chapter in our lives.
Live in a house that we love and not have to struggle so much.
Yeah, it's been pretty special.
All right, red team, are you ready?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I guess tonight we're definitely waiting for the results from the judges.
And who goes home?
Who goes home? Fingers crossed it's not us.
Yeah.
It's so hard to say what the results are going to be because we haven't seen the other house. We have no idea what it looks like, finished. We can only go based on our house.
Let's start off with the front yard, shall we?
Tell me what you think. There's a quick look at what it was only 5 days ago.
Not the beauty. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Oh, hold on.
It was the creepy house in the street, wasn't it? And nobody wants to live in that. You know, and you've totally turned it around, changed its fortunes, and it looks fantastic. Well done.
We say it time and time again, you get
What's
one
the
chance
succulents?
to make a first impression, and that now feels as if it's got a bit of architectural presence.
And can you imagine our homeowner now, Sarah? She's on the mend, she's feeling 100% better, but to actually, as you say, drive into this every day, that's got to lift your spirits tenfold,
I mean,
isn't it?
we've said that for the longest time. The home is a sanctuary, particularly when you've been unwell, as she has been. This is the kind of place that she needs to feel centred and to feel focused on maintaining her good health.
Welcome to Team Red, gents.
The brief from the homeowners was to keep the house light and bright.
First impressions as you walked in the door, boys?
I loved all the light, Scotty. The light when we walked in there was just
Thank God.
absolutely terrific.
And it does have that new house feel, doesn't it? And yet they still kept some of the traditional touches in here, like the framework around the doors.
OK, boys, score for the red team. Your first score of the night.
OK, red team. It's a 7 from me.
OK, let's get this over with straight away. It's an 8 from me. I think you did a really good job of that.
That means the Reds' first team score is 15 points. All right, boys, into the master bedroom now. Hayley and Jim, you're up.
Be kind. The way they've judged tonight was a learning curve for us. There's a lot of information to soak in about how they're going to judge and what we need to do to get good scores. Let's go!
In the Red House, Adelaide youngsters, Hayley and Jim.
I reckon the biggest challenge this week was probably working as a team for the first time.
And their biggest problem was their team captains.
Our relationship with Dane and Leanne has been a bit of a roller coaster this week.
The kitchen is more important, though.
It was just their way or the highway.
There's all this here, is not what they should be cleaning up.
Soon we'll have to ask him if we can go to the toilet.
Nobody wants to help them because they're rude.
We're all friends. Yeah, we're friends. I would really like to think that the master might take the cake, hopefully.
There's no cake.
If there was.
So master bedroom, take a look at that.
Yes, yes, this was. There it is. 4 days ago.
Well, look at the size of that crack.
Did Sarah love this?
Absolutely beside themselves when they arrived home. Yes, loved it.
It's amazing that this transformation has happened, but basically before, she was in an environment where she probably never felt that she was able to recover because she didn't feel comfortable, she wouldn't have felt enabled, and now she can.
This is a beautiful sanctuary,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's a real sanctuary.
Yeah, I mean, the colour scheme was gentle. Again, it was, you know, it was simple, uncomplicated. Who picked the bedding? It was a bit teenage, wasn't it?
Do you think so?
You know, yeah. This is the master bedroom.
Yeah.
You looked at the bed and I was like, okay, that looks like a kind of dormitory, kind of like teenage, kind of like bedroom. So it didn't really work for me, sorry.
Okay. I could see a lot of Yeah, I agree, it was too teenager. She didn't say that, but I could feel it.
You know, I do feel that the windows could have done with something else. It looks a little bit sparse. It felt a little bit low calorie. And I'm looking for full sugar in this competition. Okay, so bring it, fatten me up.
Okay.
All done, boys?
Yeah, we're all done. Yeah, thanks.
Scores?
You know, the bedroom, it was half good, wasn't it? So I'm gonna give you 5.
Oh my God.
Oh, don't be disheartened. Please don't be disheartened.
Oh,
because...
I am.
No, please don't be disheartened, because remember, this is the first of many rooms, and sometimes when you're marked down, it's an opportunity to be rallied to mark up in terms of achievement later. So I'm with Colin, I'm afraid. I'm going to give you a 5 as well. I'm sorry.
That's 10 out of 20. Not a high score. And that's given Hayley plenty to think about.
With such a pretty, perfect room, why did it get judged and scored so low? And it made me think, because it was a pretty and perfect room. We didn't take any risk in there. There was nothing. Yeah, now that I step back and have a look at it, maybe the room is wrong and it's not adult enough and it didn't hit the brief, and I actually kind of agree with them. And I now think we're going to learn and move on from that.
Welcome back to Reno Rumble. The Eastern Blues are sitting on a team total of 88. The Western Reds need to beat that score if they want to stay in the game. OK, guest room. Leanne and Dane, team captains, boys.
Hey, mate. You'll do anything for attention. Yeah, I think you will. I think you're right there.
One thing South Australian mother and son never lacked this week was confidence.
We're very strong-minded. No one's going to run off with any car keys without going through me. I think our ability to be able to control a situation, not to crack under pressure, and to be able to handle stress was vital as leaders of this team.
The issue we have here is you guys should have done all that yesterday.
We've got one wall.
One wall is the only place you can put it. We can't just have Holly running off doing whatever she wants in a car.
Like, can that be moved?
No.
But the others saw it differently.
I don't think in life Dane's ever been able to be the captain, so he's just utilising this opportunity. Maybe he was last picked on the footy team.
What are you doing right now, Steve? There is a little bit of a weird, awkward tension towards the end of the week, but I guess being the personalities that we are, it doesn't really bother us. Are you filming me? We can see past those little petty issues, and I'm just hoping that the other couples can too.
They're getting their kitchen installed. They literally have to do nothing.
They just like to be on telly. That's what they're here for, mate, not to build a house.
They wanted the guest room as almost another master, but yeah, we tried to keep it as upper class as possible for special friends or for her sister to stay in when they come over.
Right. Oh, okay. Come on in.
I look
Come on
great.
round.
This to me is like night and day to the bedroom from which we've just come. And I like the fact that they've layered and layered and layered. And one thing that's really cute, the asymmetricality either side of the bed, because it's dressed differently. There's only one lamp. And I kind of quite like that quirky thing.
And timber finishes work incredibly well with grey, and they really warm it up, they really give it a friendly feel, and that's what it's doing in here. The textures on the bed. Hey there, little
Get your
friend.
fingers lost in there. Gorgeous. This is weird, though. Come on, that light.
It's a little bit Game of Thrones, isn't it? I mean, it's really high, and it should be over a dining table.
Yes, we decided that we wanted to change that at the last minute.
Why didn't you?
Because our electrician wouldn't allow it. He was too busy at the time.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to change it with the time frame.
Well, I'm glad that you're owning the responsibility, because that's one of the things that you need to do to get better
Well, not
every
really,
week.
mate. They're blaming the Sparky.
Oh, well, I'm doing it. You're right. Yeah, exactly. Well covered, you two. Well covered.
OK, scores, boys. Guest room.
OK, so not quite a best room, but a great guest room. It's a 6 from me.
OK. For me, also a 6. Well done.
That's 12 out of 20 for Dane and Leanne. 2 points more than Hayley and Jimmy's bedroom.
So it was a little bit like a stab in the guts hearing it, because you're on a bit of a high and you think you've done better, and then it's like, oh, no, we haven't. And now we've got to just walk around like, yeah, we lost to them.
OK, on to the study, Steve and Holly. They're a little bit nervous. Be gentle.
You know, seeing how brutal they were, we were pretty nervous.
Absolutely terrified.
No one looks forward
Yeah,
to
I-
judging, you know, so... Yeah, we're nervous.
Nailed it, it's all coming together.
Our WA couple are definitely team players.
We do just want to help everyone. Just off to pick Jimmy and Hayley up from home base.
We are so happy to see you, mate.
You want a coffee, mate?
He prefers a banana milkshake, actually.
Banana milkshake?
And I think, yeah, that really backfired on us.
They were too busy helping others that by the end of it, they fell behind.
And people have been thrown off the show for that.
I guess another issue with Holly is that she stresses herself out a lot.
Seriously, I have no idea where I'm going. It's not ideal. Biggest waste of my life and my time.
You know what? I don't think it's going to get any different any week.
That's been a bit of an issue throughout the week as well.
When the judges walk into our room, I hope they'll be amazed at what we've done. Like, I'm terrified.
Home office?
Oh, yeah. Well, yes, was junk room number 2. We'll just call them the bike room in Australia, because everyone seems to have their pushy in a bedroom somewhere.
They're definitely playing it really safe on coloration, and this kind of stuff drives me mad. Finish. That study didn't show a vigour for victory. It felt to me like a pale painted room with some office furniture. There wasn't anything in there that really showed me your determination to win this. I need to see more. I need to see drama, layers. I need to see a bit of action that makes me think that it's something more than simply a spare room with an L-shaped office desk.
It's a big learning curve for them after the first week. I think they need to get on board with probably listening to a few instructions and taking on board the advice that we have to give instead of trying to be independent.
The scores for the study, must try harder. It's a 5 from me.
Guys, I'm really sorry. I'm going to mark you down. I'm going to give you a 4, chaps. I'm really sorry.
Nah, it's all right.
Oh my God, if we had to go home, I'd be absolutely devastated. I'm not ready.
Yeah, we'll be going.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking at that point, awesome, because we need them to get a low score.
So halfway through, the Reds are on 46 points, needing 43 points to win. We're going to stay, boys, with Holly and Steve again in the bathroom right across the hall.
Come on in, gents.
This is where it starts to work for me in this house.
This was all open plan living area before.
Yes.
So there's blue chairs sat sort of here, and there was a fireplace over in the corner.
In the corner?
Yeah, so they've created a whole new room.
That's a massive amount of work. But you know what? This is a really good bathroom, Shelley. This is a really well-appointed bathroom.
Everything feels so considered, and there's a layer of design in here, of sophistication that doesn't exist in the other 3 rooms.
Holly and Steve, for the love of all that's good and just, how could you do a study like that and such a joyous, wondrous, gorgeous, almost perfectly appointed bathroom? Holy moly, Mother of Mary. The bathroom was gorgeous.
Your bathroom actually had a sense of tranquility. Like, it had a peace about it. It was so restful.
Bathroom scores.
I'm going to give you 8.
Good comeback.
8 as well.
I was confident with the bathroom. Like, there was a couple of details we weren't happy with. Could have been a perfect bathroom. And that's really what we wanted to present. We just ran out of time.
With a great result for their bathroom, Steve and Holly have a final score of 25 points.
Well done, guys.
2 rooms to go, Leanne and Dane, your kitchen. Coming up, final rooms wow the judges.
There's really easy movement around the kitchen.
It feels like a healthy home, that you would come here and you would relax.
But isn't enough to get them the win. So the winner of week 1 is... Welcome back to Reno Rumble. The blue team has been judged and is sitting on a grand total of 88 points, while so far the Reds have 62 points. With 2 rooms left to score, the Reds need at least 27 points to win. OK, 2 rooms to go, Leanne and Dane, your kitchen.
All right, come on through to what was kitchen, laundry, bathroom. Somehow I can't even orient myself, but that's what we had. And here we are today. So, what do you think?
It's a good look, isn't it?
It's well planned. There's really easy movement around the kitchen. Nice big double sink or sink and a half. Great big kind of lobster washer as well, which is really handy. And the cooker's great. You know, a really simple little cooker.
And actually, it's really well executed.
It's lovely to see the roof space used as a feature, isn't it? Rather than just a flat old ceiling.
Yeah, isn't it? And then actually just containing it above the kitchen really reinforces the footprint here, doesn't it? And it just feels cavernous.
As much as I like these lights, I would have actually used 3 because that's an awkward positioning of the lights, 2 to one side and not so much over there.
I mean, they're not really doing anything, are they?
They're not really. I would have actually tricked out that problem by adding a 3rd and had 1 pendant on one side of the sink, 1 pendant on the other, and then a pendant over the sink.
What happened?
Did you think of that?
We did. We actually put 3 up, and then our builder said, no, I don't like it. I like 2.
Hold on, who said that?
Our builder.
Hold on, one more time, your builder. Who's making the decisions here?
We were making the decisions, but I guess at that stage you were sort of taking other people's advice as well. And I know I don't normally do that. I normally don't.
First it was the Sparky, now it's the builder.
Oh, I know. Seen a pattern forming.
I was pretty disappointed with Dane and Leanne for the feedback they got on the pendant light being the builder's fault and the Gothic light in the bedroom being the Sparky's fault. Like, you don't put that back on them, mate. Like, you own your responsibility. Like, if you made that call, those guys busted their guts for us. Like, I was pretty raw when I heard that. You don't put that on someone else.
I find them just hard to work with.
But the way they approach things is just not on.
So if they were to go home tonight, I'd be like, that's not that sad.
All done, boys.
All done.
Scores, here we go.
It was absolutely delicious, so I'm going to give you an 8.
Oh, thank you.
From me, another 7, which is still a good score.
A strong finish for Dane and Leanne. The combined room score of 27 points puts them at the top of the Reds, giving them a total score of 77 points. Just 1 room to go. Hayley and Jim.
The dining, living. Now, this was 1 space for 1 team.
All right, OK. One of the things that we often talk about when we're putting our designs together is having a big flag that draws your attention, and we call it a glam, a G-L-A-M, a gorgeous lifestyle accessory must-have. And a television can be one of those things. Now, that's a really good big glam over there, but it's less glam because it's on this big articulating bracket, and you can see the mechanics there. Were that bedded into a pocket, as it was in the other house, that glam would have been much, much better.
Now, this is a horror in every house in the world, is it not? Cabling?
It is.
Of course it is.
Is there a solution for the average punter at home?
Do you know what there is? If they backed that with a sheet of MDF painted out in the same colour as the wall, and you can take it a step further, you can run a piece of skirting board across the bottom of the MDF blanket at the back.
It's like a false wall.
Yeah, it's a false wall. It's exactly what it is.
It feels like a healthy home. Like, it's got that kind of feeling about it, that you would come here and you would relax, you know, and you would be rewarded. And that's what we all want from our personal spaces, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a home in which the family can go forward, you know? This is a home that they can grow into. And when you think of all the joy that will happen here as they celebrate her recovered health in this wonderful home.
All right. Score for the living and dining room.
If we're the losing team, it will be gut-wrenching, especially because if we don't go home, it could possibly be Steve and Holly that goes home, and that will be equally as heartbreaking for us, I think.
How many points do you think I'm going to award you?
Well, the way you're scoring, I think
6.
we'd be happy with 7s.
They didn't get a very good score for their master bedroom,
No.
so we thought, oh, they're going to blow this as well.
What's the score then?
Yeah, come on.
Well, the score's a 6, guys.
Okay.
I really like the room, but it's a 6.
Got perfect. That's all we need to hear.
If Hayley and Jimmy get a 5, their team will lose.
You're just going to love me because I'm going to give you an honest 8.
That's 14 out of 20 and a grand total of 91. So the winner of week 1 by 3 points is the red team.
Scotty announces who the winner is, and it's us. Which is good, because if it wasn't us, we would have gone home.
OK, that means house captains Dane and Leanne, you will be safe next week. You have immunity. You also top scored for your team with 27.
I guess entering this competition as a mother and son team was a completely different dynamic to the rest of the couples we have here. I guess people might have underestimated our ability in this competition, but I guess to come away with a win in the first week, to have immunity and to get the highest score, definitely showed everybody that we're, you know, a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, so that means that Dane and Leanne are safe from getting booted next week, so, which is good.
Which is important because I think that they've been so rude to the tradesmen they might not have trades next week.
Steve and Holly, 25. And Jim and Hayley, 24. Team East, you are the losers this week. Lisa and John, you scored 28 points, first place for your team. Well done.
It's nice to come out on top and know that we are maybe doing something right as opposed to the rest of the team.
Scott and Nadia, 25. And girls, you got 23.
They're going back to Mount Isa.
Very upsetting.
Disheartening.
Now, I can see that you're upset and you're eyeing off your caravan there, getting ready to pack your bags.
Look, we weren't happy to be the ones going home this week. No way.
At the end of the day, our team got the lowest score, so one of us had to go home. I was just pretty glad it wasn't going to be us.
We just thought, great, we're stuck with Scott and Nadia for the next house. Oh.
What I said was that the winning team captains from this week would get the reward. I actually never at any moment said that anyone was going home. There is no elimination this week.
We dodged a massive bullet today.
Lie. We did.
Inches, centimetres, it went past us.
Well, it's your birthday.
Thank you.
Well, you can have a hug, Team Blue. No one's going home.
To be able to scrape through without an elimination this week.
We've all been given a second chance, I think, and that's how
I think people needed it this week, you know, like they needed that break, which was great to see that.
Hey, full of surprises around here, so we're actually just glad that no one's actually going home.
I think everyone needed a week to get into it. And
Ready to rumble next week?
But let me make this very clear. Next week, one team wins, one team loses. The couple with the lowest individual score on the losing team will be eliminated. Are we clear on that?
Yep.
I would say the main reason that we lost as a house is because we didn't work as a team.
Shelley and I will be back here tomorrow morning with a new challenge, 2 new houses, 2 new families of very deserving homeowners. Are you all looking forward to that?
Yes.
So am I. Good night. See ya.
Thank you.
Next week, we're going to put our 200% in. We're going to make sure that our team gets over the line.
Gotta win next week.
Well done, mate. This week, meet 2 deserving families who've been through it all.
This is a family that really deserves something beautiful to happen in their lives.
So this needs to be an amazing home.
And in order to change their lives, these rumblers must face the week from hell.
There's a massive amount of structural work to clear out this house.
Monster of a job.
Monster.
As the stakes rise,
we really need to win because, you know, we don't want to go home.
for the red team, team spirit goes out the door.
Where are your plans?
We're making the decision.
She kind of argued a bit until she got it.
Ridiculous.
It was probably one of the worst days of my life.
For the blue team, sabotage is afoot.
I thought it'd be a great idea to have a little fireplace.
The homeowners said to us they didn't want any fireplaces.
And you know what?
So you didn't tell them on purpose?
I'm done.
And in an all-out sprint to the finish line,
Pretty much cut sick.
It was very much like pow, pow, pow.
So it's chaos. It is chaos. It was just incredible to watch.
tolls down. There'll be tears of joy.
That is just beautiful.
Gosh.
And there'll be just plain old tears. Tonight, for the first time in this competition, somebody will be going home.